No, you're a special guest, Caitlin.
I feel like a celebrity. I'm also nervous because I've never been on a podcast. I'm strictly a listener, so I'm nervous that I'll say
Are
something.
you nervous?
A little.
No, Caitlin. All you think.
Just go blah blah blah.
You go blah blah blah. Big head, big head. That's what Lisanne tells me.
Yeah.
Because people ask her like, what do I do? Oh, all he does is blah 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 blah. Big head, big head.
Welcome to the Bangers Only podcast, where Tom Lydon and his band of experts make money talk exciting. Here's your host, Tom Lydon.
Welcome to the Bangers Only podcast. Life is short. We've got to keep things simple. Use your time to focus on what's most important. That's what Bangers Only is all about. I'm your host, Tom Lydon, and joining me today is a very, very special guest. It's my niece, Caitlin Noyce. Caitlin, Merry Christmas. Thank you for being on Bangers Only.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for having me. I truly feel like a celebrity when I got the call today.
Well, you are. You're a big celebrity, and you're a big celebrity in our family, especially because you, as we're planning family get-together coming up in just a few short weeks, are big on organizing fun stuff. So, first of all, give the audience a little bit about our crazy family and what we've got planned coming up for Christmas week.
Forced fun, what I like to call it. So what started 2 years ago, what was it? I think it was 2 years ago. It was my grandfather's last Christmas. We knew that he would be leaving us. And so we wanted to make sure that we got everyone together for one last memorable Christmas. And that turned out to be such a success that we've done it 2 times since. And the one coming up in 2 weeks, we have lots of things planned. For example, we started out with Christmas caroling and we did Secret Santa and pajamas. But this year we have a lot of other stuff planned,
We do. I mean, it's crazy. Right now, there's a whole list. In fact, a whole agenda of everything that's going on every day. And Caitlin, would you say we're making some people nervous?
I think people are a little nervous about the itinerary. There's a lot going on, but nothing will be mandatory.
Yeah. Well, the great thing is you mentioned a few things. Christmas caroling. Christmas caroling is a great tradition. I mean, even if it's cold, everybody huddles together. They sing the same songs. And as a group, and what do we have? A dozen of us, let's say. We went around this dead-end street that my parents live on, where you grew up as a kid, hanging out all the time. And we knew some of the neighbors, but you know what? There's nothing makes neighbors smile or brings them together more than singing a few Christmas carols, right?
Absolutely. And now we have the books, so nobody can say I don't know the words because you have the words right in front of you. And every year Tom orders a bunch of hats, so I think we probably have a collection of almost 30 Christmas hats.
You can't have enough hats.
You cannot have enough hats.
People's heads don't have enough coverage.
And what I think is really fun is last year we sort of chose someone on the naughty list on the street who got 12 days of Christmas. So it kind of inspires people to be good, be nice to my grandmother, or you're going to get a long song.
That's it. And that was painful because although I would say we have a lot of enthusiasm, we don't have a lot of talent, right?
Yes. And that brings us to the talent show that you've decided to introduce this year.
So what do you think? What do you think we'll see in the talent show?
I think you should give us a hint and tell us about Harriet, because my mom was sort of telling me that there was going to be a big scene called Harriet, but I'm not sure I know what that is. Can we have a hint?
Well, okay. Growing up, as you can imagine, with the crazy family, there were always skits and things that were going on. Harriet, short version, you have somebody sitting down and they have a cape over them. And you have someone behind them under the cape who's their hands. And then there's a moderator that will tell Harriet to do certain things like brush your hair or eat a carrot or brush your teeth. And you can imagine what type of scene that ends up becoming, especially as the things become a little bit more messy or the food gets all over the place. And that, as a kid, was one of the most fun things to do. So, as always, passing these crazy things on to the next generation just makes our hearts really warm. Your mom, my sister, is one of the funniest people around. She gets it from your grandmother, my mother, and even though mom's in the early dementia stage, she's still as crazy as ever, isn't she?
She's crazy. She's wild, and she loves all of the Christmas traditions.
And the fun thing is, and I think I mentioned to you, I've talked to her every other day. When are we going to see you? And I say, Mom, we're all going to be there for Christmas. What, really? Oh, that's fantastic. So I get to live through my own version of 51st dates almost every other day.
It's
Okay.
awesome. I
So,
always just say we're going to appear at your front door. It'll be like a surprise. Just mark it in the calendar. And every time she said, well, let me get up, I'm going to mark the calendar. I said, it's already there.
so what's really nice, and you mentioned Dad or Grandpa, and we miss him dearly, but at a very, wonderful time, uh, a year ago in June, we lost him, but we brought him in for a great landing, and he was surrounded by tons of love, all his family. We were all there, and we turned something that was kind of solemn into something that we embrace. And I think we all, our older generation now, is kind of looking at you guys as you're carrying the torch, not just to have fun and enjoy each other, but to carry on, these types of traditions. And we're doing that again this year, and we can't, we can't think enough about how fun that is. Including, I'm wearing this wonderful jacket that your mom's husband made for me, Nick. You want to talk a little bit about this tradition with the jackets?
He's quite the artist, Nick. He does a jack of all trades, and one of his fun things that he likes to do is create jackets for special occasions. So, this jacket, what was this occasion that he created the denim one? Because I'm more familiar with the one with all of the fur from Christmas last year.
Yeah. Your mom and Nick came out to visit, and he had been working on that ahead of time and came out to see us in California. And that night when they got there, I ended up wearing this out to dinner. We went out to a nice steakhouse, and I had shades on and a Wham t-shirt, and people thought I was somebody famous.
I think there will be more jackets being made this
Yeah.
Christmas for sure.
All right. So what else is on the list? One thing in particular, Grandpa had a tradition around the holidays, and maybe explain to everybody what that was all about.
Tom's nuts. So every year my grandfather would candy nuts. I think it was pecans and walnuts.
Yeah.
And it was just his tradition that he did every year. So he would bag them up and put a little note on each bag, and he would hand deliver these bags of nuts to his neighbors, people from the church, Andy from the bank, anyone that knew my grandfather that he had a relationship with, he would make sure that they had a bag of his candied nuts at Christmas. And so this year, we're going to get the tradition back up. And so I texted Tom one day. I was on a walk, and, all the tabs are open. And I texted him. I said, I think we should do Tom's nuts this year. And he said, I was just thinking of that. So we're going to get a little Tom's nuts workshop. And again, if family you're listening, it's not mandatory, but if you want to, we're going to do Tom's nuts.
He was so funny because he had a great sense of humor, but in a very respectful way. And for example, there were a couple ladies at the frame store that he would always he'd bring pictures and they'd frame them up. But when he brought the nuts, he would almost just put them down and say, here they are. And it's got this label on the front that says Tom's Nuts. And these ladies would just split a gut cracking up. So hopefully we can get some of that reaction when we hand out Tom's Nuts this year.
That's going to be a good tradition.
It will. So what about we've got the significant others that are starting to come into our family a little bit. And we're really lucky because they're all wonderful in themselves. Do you think they're getting nervous at all when they're getting a little of the heads up that's coming?
I'd be a little nervous because there's not only a talent show, but there's also karaoke. So there's two things where you really need to show up and stand out. And I think Katie is going to bring a lot of good energy, especially to karaoke.
She'll be great. You need to start off what's that country western song that you usually sing?
Redneck Woman, Gretchen Wilson. So I'm going to do that for karaoke, but I don't have many other talents. So I'm not sure what I'll do at the talent show.
You don't juggle or anything?
No.
No. What about Carl with a K, your fiance?
He might do Be Boops Get Eaten Done.
Oh, really? He
My
knows how
mom
to do
let him
that.
know. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Because we were trying to brainstorm this past weekend. What are some talents we can do?
Yeah, that's great. So look, we have a whole week of it. You guys are going to be in your own house down by the beach. I'm sure there's other nonsense that we're not privy to that goes on there. But do you guys, is there a little bit of the tradition of the day that goes on when you're all together?
In terms of tradition of the day, I wouldn't say so. I just think it's so special because of the 6 cousins, we're all spread out, I think, between 5 states, right? Massachusetts, Florida, New Jersey, South Carolina, and California. And so this is like the one dedicated time a year where we all get together with our significant others and spend quality time. So it's just really special, that 1 week carved out where we all get to hang out and be silly and probably drink too much champagne. But I'm sure Cameron has a lot of games that we're going to play.
Cameron has a ton of games he's bringing. Also, there's a big request for Wassail Punch, and which
Charlie
really,
Brown Christmas music.
exactly, and a new competition this year, gingerbread house decorating. So we have the guts of 2 gingerbread houses, the big versions. The kids are going to be able to decorate one, and the oldies are going to decorate the other. But here's the thing. And this is what Anya's husband, David, is bringing to the table. You can embellish the gingerbread house any way you want. If you want to put in indoor plumbing or electricity, or you want to put a steeple on top of it, you can do that. The cool thing is, and this is what David's family does, the grandmother is the judge. So Mamie will be the judge in this competition. The loser, it's not that the winner wins anything. The winner basically gets to survive. Their gingerbread house survives. The loser's gingerbread house goes into the fire in the fireplace.
Oh my gosh. Won't you be outnumbered? Because there's only 4 elders.
But we have Nick.
That is true.
Yeah. So he's creative. I've already planted the seed.
Yeah.
So
you won't be going in the fire.
No, you better get cracking.
I know.
Anyway, Caitlin, in all seriousness, I can't thank you enough. I'm so proud of you. You and Carl are getting married in June. It's going to sneak up on us really quick.
It's 180 days exactly today.
You had a fun weekend where all the girls just got together in Charlotte, right?
Yes, in Greenville, everybody got together, and we had my bridal shower this past weekend, which was really fun. Carl's family got to meet my side of the family in Mesh, which was a lot of laughs were had.
That's awesome. Well, there's nobody that loves family more than you, and we're so excited for you and Carl. And most importantly, I can't thank you enough for all your spirit and liveliness that you bring to the family. And I can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks. So thank you for being on Bangers Only, the first family member to be
the first
on
family
Bangers
member of many. And now I think everyone's going to want to get on.
That's it.
I called my mom earlier. I said, do you want to get on with me later? And she said, no. So now I think you got to get her to come on and talk about the poop the potato game.
Maybe we'll show a video in this clip here.
In this clip, we're going to have to show a video.
You did it!
But can you share before we go what song you're going to do at karaoke?
I think it might be South of the Border by Frank Sinatra. The tequila has gotten to me a little bit. South of the
No
border.
More Cats in the Cradle?
No, not that. Not that.
I think Mamie will be good. We'll give her a cane and she can put on her tap shoes and she'll be dancing through the living room.
She's going to need a lot of naps for sure.
A lot of naps.
I'll see you in a few weeks. Caitlin,
All right.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
Love you.
The opinions expressed in this podcast are for informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific investment advice. Any past performance discussed during this program is no guarantee of future results.